Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perpetual Chess. We are joined by a return guest this week, although, again, it's been 5 years since I've talked with him. He is a beloved commentator, a YouTube creator, a Twitch streamer, an author, and a prolific Chessable course creator, often collaborating with I am Richard Palliser. He's worked on the Iron English, Grandmaster Gambits, the Art of Attack in Chess, and I believe most recently the British Grand Prix Sicilian. He's known to many, of course, as the Ginger GM. He recently launched a site called GChess that we'll be discussing. And we're excited to welcome him back to the show. Simon Williams, how are you, sir?
Hi, Ben. I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your extremely popular chess podcast. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, we've come a long way since we chatted in January in January of 2017. Both of us, hopefully.
Definitely, yeah. It's nice. It's always interesting in the chess world, journeys that people make, right?
So, yeah, it is. I mean, it's a game of survival. Don't get checkmated and hope for the best. And I kind of wanted to pick it up by kind of talking about some of our shared experience, which of course we talked about in length. In our first interview, we met at the Reykjavik Open in what I believe was 2006. And we don't need to rehash that, but I did see that you're going to the Reykjavik Open. You tweeted that you'll be playing in this of course landmark tournament in Iceland from April 6th to April 12th. So I thought that would be a good opportunity to talk about your game a little bit, Simon, because obviously you're making so much content for all for your loyal audience and putting out so much great stuff. But every once in a while, you like to dust off the chess pieces. So how does a decision like that come to be? And then dare I ask, Simon, like if anything goes into preparation and stuff like that when you decide you're going to compete?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a chess player. That's what I started out being, playing chess, love playing chess. And that's what I love doing. I love playing chess, competing in tournaments, playing other people. And, so it's lovely to have the opportunity to still do that. Not as easy as maybe it used to be because, you get older, things get tougher and more young people come along. But I love the competition. I love the aspect of, just fighting over the board at a longer time control as well. We all play so much blitz chess now. It's nice to actually have one game a day or two games a day where you can get really absorbed in the process or how the game works. And Reykjavik seemed like a great place to play. I love Reykjavik. I'd highly recommend it to anyone out there who wants to play a tournament. Doesn't matter what strength you are, just give it a go. Don't be scared. It's got a very wide range, so even if you're low rated, you can play, and even if you score 0, it really doesn't matter. That I scored 0 all the time when I started playing. Still do, hopefully not in Reykjavik, but but it's great. I mean, it's obviously a little bit pricey in Iceland, but it's beautiful. Beautiful scenery, lovely place. The venue is the Harper Concert Hall. Overlooking the harbour, and it's beautiful. You can play a game of chess and look out to see, if you're lucky, see the Northern Lights, and an amazing venue, and also just the Icelandic people and Scandinavian people in general. I just have an affinity for. They've always been very friendly towards me. Nothing to do with my ginger beard, probably. So maybe but I can't say enough good things about it. So I'm very much looking forward to going back and playing. I mean, you're commenting about my preparation and stuff. It certainly gets a bit harder. I mean, I don't think I've really ever planned much in my life. You sort of fall into things, and when we met, it was similar. I don't think any of us really knew what we were doing even then, and
of course not.
We were just getting on with life, and I like I say, I always played and taught. Then media came along, and I started getting involved with videos and streaming and commentary and everything I'm doing now. And to be honest, it paid well, and it was something I really enjoyed doing. And it was also, I thought, the best way for me to pass on my knowledge and my love of the game to other people, which I think is important to share that. So that's kind of taken over as the way that pays my rent and what I like doing it. But playing chess is my love. That's what I like to do. Will I have time to do any preparation? Well, it's all the courses I create help because I pretty much play everything that I've created at times and places. But for a big tournament like this, I would like to think I'll have time to prepare an opening, a Pacific opening that will take my opponents by surprise. And I'm sort of aiming to do an hour a day, for at least a couple of weeks. Whether that will happen or not, I'll tell you after Reykjavik. So
or don't tell us.
Yeah, you'll probably find out by the way I play.
Right.
So
yeah, well, I mean, like you say, it's fun that you're getting back out there, and your enthusiasm for chess is, I think, part of the reason you found such a big audience. You can't fake that, and you're between your chess style and all the original openings that you find, and your obvious enthusiasm for chess. It's no surprise to me that you've had the success you've had, and hearing you talk about how at the end of the day you're a chess player does take me back to when we met in 2006, because it seems like it was such a different world then. I mean, the chess internet was tiny, and if you were out there competing, it was even more so than now. I feel like it had to be for the love of the game. And at that time, you were an IM, strong IM, working on the GM title, but you hadn't earned it yet. And I was, we've been talking a lot about titles here on the podcast lately. Last year when I interviewed Ben Feingold, he broke down his chase for the GM title, which it turned out wasn't really a chase. He just said he just loved chess and played and got good enough and what earned the title. But of course, I've interviewed Lawrence Trent and Sean Nagel, and more recently some masters trying to earn the IM title. But I'm curious, Simon, how much design went into your earning the GM title, which, based on what you've said about how you plan your life, I have an inkling, but let's kick it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know if I've really planned anything ever, which is, I don't. I mean, you have goals in life, and it's good to try to have healthy goals. But you should do the things you enjoy doing in life. That's obviously clear, and I've been very lucky to enjoy, being able to enjoy chess and always being able to enjoy playing. Obviously, the painful losses are separate to that. But I mean, for me, I suppose my journey was my dad played a lot. I got quite strong when I was young, became an international master. I can't even remember the age, probably around 16, 17, something like that. I went to university, went a bit astray, shall we say. We won't go into too many details there. But around that period of early 20s, I spent then 5 years sort of finishing off university, a 3-year course down in Brighton area. Got delayed. I worked in a call center for a year.
Oh, wow.
on minimum wage.
Wow.
So
did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a whole year. Oh God, it was horrible. Phoning up people, trying to get them to subscribe to a magazine. And after that, after university in Brighton, I got into teaching at schools, which was a bit more stable income. But always played. I always played. So if the good thing about when I was an international master, even though I had no money, you normally get your, help with your expenses. So I had the opportunity to go to Iceland, and I wouldn't have to pay for it myself, which really helped me to go and play and enjoy that experience. And I really, around my 20s, I was able to play a bit more. And I just really tried to play as many competitions where the Grandmaster title was available. And it just came, really. I mean, I got a couple of norms in a couple of tournaments back to back. I think it was the Isle of Man competition, a very strong one, or maybe I can't even remember now, Ben. But it came in that period of just playing a lot, enjoy playing, and enjoy studying the game. And what I found, and of course it was a different world, as you mentioned, it was the thing that really helped me was preparation at tournaments. So this is one thing that people at home maybe have not experienced. And if you go to a tournament like Reykjavik or any of these international tournaments, the game generally starts, I don't know, like they say 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And the routine will be, you can do 2-3 hours preparation in the morning for your opponent, especially nowadays with how strong computers are, and doing that on a regular basis, over the period of a year or two, which I know not everyone's able to do, but just preparing for your opponent and then going into the battle and trying to use those openings really helped me. Even if I didn't get the opening in the game, that information would be stored there for something else. And I build this information up on, save it and hopefully store it inside my mind. But as you say, Ben, it was a completely different world. You didn't, just if why didn't someone tell me about Bitcoin in 2006 or something?
That would have been nice.
Forget about the chess. Just tell me about Bitcoin, and then I will. I won't do any coaching then.
Good morning, grasshoppers. It is time to get back to work. Oh, full day ahead of us. Missed my opera spiel event yesterday. Working on too many things at the same time. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. MD Knight, good morning. Apostolate, good morning, sir. Let's go with, hold on 1 second here. Let's see if I can switch to the earpieces so that the music does not disturb anything. Oh no, I hope it didn't connect to my phone first. Then I have to check the sound alerts, of course. See what it connected to first. That's our best way. Sounds. All right, sound check. Uh-oh. What happened there? That was unusual. I think we lost you. Hopefully you're back. Very unusual. All right, we're going with the full modern defense here. Interesting. I guess we have to keep up the pressure. Uh-oh. That is almost exactly what we wanted, except for one other detail. We're going to seize the d4 square. We're going to lock down on the d4 square, hopefully. Can he challenge our d4 square at all? Let's find out. He does have knight e2. I don't know if I disappeared when you disappeared. Can I do this? I don't know. We'll find out. Planning on playing this game with my king on f8 anyway, it looks like. So far, so good. Interesting. I think we wanted to do that anyway. I guess we're going to continue expanding. We're going to scarf his white squared bishop. Do I really want to do that? I don't have a choice, do I? C'est la vie. We're going to continue expanding. The modern defense. Good morning, Conte de Luna. How are you? Always great to see you. We need to plan ahead for our next event, Conte de Luna. We really do. I enjoyed the last one so much. Is this a threat? I don't think I can allow this to happen. Can I blockade on this square? I do not know. Now he's attempting to win my bishop. Kind of rude of him. See what we can do. Continue counter attacking. Wow, do we have some weaknesses? Some serious weaknesses. Are our weaknesses worse than his weaknesses? That is the question. Are they? Where are you headed? Check, check, check. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, I could be trapped. Just going to keep scarfing some pawns. And, of course, we're also going to create some brutal passed pawns side by side. I need to plan for getting my knight into the game. Unless he's just going to trade it off. That's crazy. Now he might want not attack us here. Really? Do I want to check him? Mm-hmm. Is he trapped? I'm up a pizza, right? On our way back. And Looks like it should be made. So how do we mate him here? Does he have anything? All right, first one in the can. Thank you, MD Knight. Yes. I'm looking at the Reykjavik Open, everybody. I don't know if that's possible. What do you think, Contaluna? We need the dates. Reykjavik Open, next meetup. Thinking we need to rent an Airbnb in advance. Good enough for 4 or 5 people. And then all of us pitch in. Then we do some analysis. We create our own moving chess house like they had in California in the early Chess Dojo Live era. Pardon me. Let's see, a nice classical music for Valentine's Day. The English opening. There's no Scottish opening, unfortunately. The Scotch opening is very derogatory, personally, to me. My anti-Grunfeld at the moment. Interesting. I will take my current Roxy bind situation to the next level. Yes. We're going to play it as part of the main line. Working on my repertoire as I speak. Does anyone really know what time it is? Someone has to fall for this. Right? 2 pieces for a rook, and it's the most valuable bishop on g7. Let's not give that one away. All right, Reykjavik Open. We're going to start it in the Discord. What do we think? You must go back, sir. On your way back. Yes, I could have probably won a piece immediately with c5, right? I'm so soft. I really am. Why am I so soft? Crazy. Wait just a moment now. Am I up any material? I'm up a lot. I don't know if it's enough to mate with. I don't know if I want to force the trade of queens. Do I want to play it that way? We're just going to get all of our pieces into position. That's what we're going to do. We're just going, now that the knight can't go to that square, just pressure our way through. It does have knight e4 at the end. Then queen to d4 looks embarrassing. Should all be good. Egads, folks. You do want that square e5, yeah? Just take back the h pawn. The only way to get my knight to the square that I want. Whoa. Thank you for the weaknesses. Ryzen the King, how are you? Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin. There are too many weaknesses here to describe. So check. Way too many weaknesses to describe. Do you? I unfortunately, Chris Baker, good morning. I only know Mark since 2010. We attended the Svines International Tournament in Oslo, and he got me hooked on his Kent there for a little while, which was very awkward. Do you see him often? Give him my regards, please, and tell him I miss him. I miss hanging out with him. He coached Mark Arnold, actually, for the World Junior in Poland for me. Mark Arnold's reference is there. 45 years, that's crazy. I'm so jealous. Is the music really loud? I think it is. I think it's too loud. 1 second here. I've known this since I got the headphones in, that the music has to be toned down quite a bit. A nice Chesic number like 16%. It was at 32% before, but it's ridiculous. Hopefully this doesn't change my volume as well. Now the volume looks good. Of course, now I don't hear any music at all. There we go. Let's go for 28. Right in the middle. I absolutely do adore your book, by the way. I don't know if I got a chance to tell you that before. Startling chess opening repertoire. The only thing about it that I change is the move order so that I don't have to play the Koltanowski Gambit. I usually play d4, then bishop c4, and I use almost the whole repertoire. I don't know if you have anything to say about it. We're going with the dragon now. Pure English tradition. I don't think Mark has ever played a Sicilian in his life, because he is resolute, as far as I know, as far as my personal history goes. He's a relatively resolute E5 player. So I use his games. Oh, in that pseudo Koltanowski Gambit line. Yes. A student in San Diego actually pointed that line out to me. It was given to him by another coach. And it's actually far trickier and far more tactical. I have the latest copy, actually. If I bring it to the Reykjavik Open, hopefully I could get it signed. Of course I bought the latest copy immediately after. I got both of them, I think, side by side. Uh-oh. I shouldn't look for it in a 3-2 game, though. To make sure I can find it in a hurry. I have the repertoire books together. Alright, well, I found the original. I know I have the newer version has a darker cover. But certainly, the only thing I would want to add, because I actually thought about this because I use it with my students, is a workbook. A workbook based on Grandmaster games using the repertoire, since Gowan Jones plays a handful of the lines, and tactics based on the illustrative games. I don't know, just running it by you. I mean, I've worked with a lot of people before. My favorite person to work with before, besides Josh Waitzkin, I did Josh Waitzkin's Attacking Chess. That was probably, I'm trying to think if that was the first book, but I think working with Nick DeFermian on Modern Chess Openings 11. Oh, that's lovely. Well, no, I appreciate the consideration. But I would love to meet you in person, just like I met Bronstein in person. It's like... Alright, I don't know if I'm playing this line properly. I think my rook should actually go to c5 in the right moment. But not being castled, I'm feeling much better about this random dragon. I haven't played the dragon in a while, by the way. Is this realistic when I'm not castled? I don't think so. I truly, really don't think so. I think I'm having way too much fun in this position. It looks like a free piece. It does look like a free piece to me, I'm afraid. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so jealous. Yeah, Nick DeFermian was not really a computer person. So I really did a database for John Fedorowicz, Nick DeFermian, Joel Benjamin, back before Megabase was available on a regular basis. I was collecting everything. I still have probably a 1.5 million games, if not two or more million. I don't look at the numbers anymore that are not in the Mega database. And unfortunately, I polluted my database recently with Magnus Carlsen's Lead Chess games, among others, because I decided to farm opening ideas from the Lead Chess database by literally importing all of his ideas in. It was a wild hair up my butt, but I decided to do it, and then it was just way too many games.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
Dr. Ahmad Saturn, how are you? Thank you for the follow. What part of England are you from, Chris? Are you near? Are you still near? Are you in London? Obviously, I don't know. I'm trying to think of where Mark was from. He wasn't necessarily from or in London. Everybody lives outside of London, I know, because it's so expensive. But I'm crossing my fingers for the Reykjavik Open. I was watching something on London last night, and I was so jealous. I really was so jealous. But I pause out, as I'm not going to finish a game in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Nice. Lester, yes, that's right. He told me. Sorry, I needed a refresher on the memory. We're friends on Facebook. I will send him a Facebook message later. That's about the only way, I think that's the only way that we've ever communicated for the most part, is through Facebook Messenger. If he's still on Facebook. Ah, Glenn Fleer. I'm trying to recall if I met Glenn in 2004 in Heraclio when we were doing the World Youth Chess Championships together. I believe Andrew Martin was also there, but I didn't really interact with Andrew. I talked to Glenn, mainly because we were both at the pairing charts at the same time at the one moment. Also because John Fedorowicz, Keith Arkell, I think you meant to say. Keith Arkell, KC, as we called him in New York, taught with us here in New York City for a little while. Yeah, if you were here earlier, I was actually playing Simon Williams on the Perpetual Chess Podcast. I believe he's on the latest Perpetual Chess Podcast. He's the one that sparked my interest for the Reykjavik Open. Inadvertently sparked my interest for the Reykjavik Open. Unfortunately, is Zalakai still streaming? I'm very thankful that you came in, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, International Master. Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Yes. For a moment there, whenever I just assume a title like International Master, I didn't want to accidentally demote you. I better check. I wasn't sure if you became a Grandmaster in the pandemic, but that would have been very difficult. I have to get ready to go to school. I started a program called Sunrise Chess, which starts at 7:15 a.m. here in New York City. What a ridiculous concept I should have not even thought of, right? Dimpool's really moving up, by the way. Dimpool is hysterical. And he's promoting a Skaki bot. Dimpoul. But I've never flown into or out of Gatwick. I've always flown out of Heathrow, unfortunately. So I'm afraid that I won't get that close. Then on to... Hold on, I got covered up. Now, he seems like loads of fun. Absolutely hysterical. I've not yet met the pleasure. Had the pleasure of meeting him. Nice. Congratulations on the Dublin IM Norm tournament. That's so cool. I am so jealous. Mainly because here in the United States, there is a far, far greater distance between events. Interestingly enough, a far, far greater distance between events when you want to go to something. So I'm playing this coming weekend, which is President's Day weekend. I can play in the 4 NCL online, you think? That's fascinating. I hadn't thought about that. That would be very, very cool. The only club I've been a member of, over the board. But doesn't it go for weeks on end? Oh man, I wish I didn't have to go to Sunrise Chess, but I promised myself that I would attempt to be on time this morning. I have to practice for Friday when my co-teacher is going to be out. Co-teacher is going to be out. Oh, sorry about that. The next weekend is the 26th and 27th of March. And what's the location? Four Nations Chess League. Definitely. 26th and 27th of March. I'm penciling it in before I run out of time on the raid. Have a great day, everybody. Ciao.
Follow! Please! With 8 viewers!